Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, students. Welcome back to International Institute of Hotel Management. We are coming live today from a very exuberant hub that we call it with a lot of love and pride. This is the IIHM Global Campuses Hub, where a lot of decisions are taken, where a lot of students shape their future. And with me today is going to be another gentleman who I will introduce you shortly. Today's live is all about, again, careers in hospitality, talking more about what is it that hospitality can offer as far as careers are concerned, job prospects are concerned. We've spoken last time as well, and we've told you there are careers not only in hotels but various other platforms that await you. You could be working in hotels, of course, yes, you could be working in restaurants, you could be working in bars, you could be working in travel and tourism industry, you could be working in cruise liners, which is one of the dream careers a lot of students look up to. You can, of course, be on the skies, working in the aviation industry. You can be working in offshoring. You could be working in luxury retail, where you would have all the MNC brands hunting for you. That is what a hospitality career can give you. And without further delay, let me introduce you to the gentleman we have already spoken to last week. I have with me Mr. Abhijit Mitra. Hi, Abhijit, how are you? Pleasure to have you with us.
Same here, Karan, and it's been always a pleasure to talk with each other. And of course, you can see lovely students. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And of course, it is always a pleasure moment for all of us to have this interesting conversation.
Abhijit, last time we spoke about food and beverage, we spoke about what is it that the career in F&B looks like.
Yes.
We'll continue right from there, and there is a lot that we could not speak about. That's why we are here the second time today, and this gentleman has a lot up his sleeve today.
Right. Thank you so much, Karan. In fact, probably we will start from where we have left off last time, as we have already reiterated on this fact that F&B is a dynamic industry. It is huge. You've got plenty of options, of course, as far the career path goes on. But yes, now today we are going to talk about little more on a micro level to understand in terms of individual potential, right? Individual dreams and ambitions. Like probably someone who's like a great dream like to become a bartender, right? Someone who dare to make it big in the wine industry, right? Somebody might have a very strong affinity into coffee. They must be getting amazed to see those latte art and probably having that ambience at the barista, right? So probably we have got still a lot of these youngsters, a lot of talent, a lot of potential, right? So only we would love to see them in cashing their potential in the right track, right? So that is exactly where we are here for. That is where we would love to give you the kickstart. We would love to give you the right direction, right? So that you are absolutely you are 100%. You can really make sure you come with your potential and you have a big dream for your career path. Now, having said that, there are a lot of avenues in food and beverage as we have talked about in terms of if you'd like to do a job of a butler, say for example, right? I have seen many of my youngsters, and they have made so big in the world of butler, brands like St. Regis and all, and it is like a big platform where you can do anything what you want to make your guests give a wow effect. So
IIHM trains you various fields, and the way IIHM trains you, as Sir was correctly saying, brands like St. Regis, brands like JW Marriott, and even bigger brands across the world are awaiting people from IIHM because of the faculty and because of the training provided by IIHM.
And not only that, probably we have got such youngsters, they are aspirants, they like to make it in the airlines, probably the cabin crew, and that has been the smartest profession. I can see probably there's a huge difference in their overall growth, development, their grooming standards, their communication skills, and probably if you really like to make it big in this career, absolutely there is a lot of things to offer. As far as food beverage.
But today we will not talk about aviation as such, we will not talk about any other industry, we will talk about food and beverage.
Yes,
it is
absolutely.
something all of us love. It is
Absolutely.
something we are spoiled for choice. And yes, F&B is what we're going to concentrate on.
Basically, when we talk about food and beverage, we have got a variety of restaurants. We'll talk about the quick service restaurant, talk about the QSR, that is the modern trend of dining, talking about the fast food dining. However, we can always see ourselves in a fine dining restaurant in a five-star luxury hotel, right? Having said that, there are various convention centers. You can do wonders in the art of banqueting, or say for that matter, into event management. I mean, it is a very big platform, as far as the food and beverage industry is concerned, right? Having said that, yes, it is always a pleasure to say that we have got such beautiful restaurants across the globe at such exciting destinations. It is absolutely mesmerizing, and it gives you a fabulous career experience. And it's always a feel-good factor that probably you are in a profession that you are enjoying and you're performing. Not many professions are there in the world that you're enjoying and you're learning and you keep performing, and stars are the limit. Sky is the limit.
As you correctly said, there are a lot of restaurants. We are usually talking about QSRs, we talk about the McDonald's, the Domino's, talking about in Calcutta, we are so fond of the Jai Dhabas and stuff. With due respect to all of those brands and those restaurants, we are also going to talk about luxury, thematic restaurants, big shot restaurants, restaurants where people would dream to celebrate their special occasions. And above all, there is something called Michelin star restaurants. These are the Oscar-winning restaurants. As far as if we talk about movies, Oscar-winning movies are the most credible, the most sought-after movies. Similarly, the Michelin star restaurants are the most sought-after restaurants. So, can you talk about Michelin star restaurants?
Absolutely, Michelin star restaurant. It is like it sets an identity for itself. You know, probably when you talk about five-star hospitality or the luxury segment hospitality, it is an icon by itself. Like probably, if you'd like to reach to the peak of your career, if you'd like to see the best of the world of restaurants, it is Michelin star restaurant. And I believe probably they must witness some of these little clips to just have a flavor about what is this world all about. We're talking about. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we would be pleased to take you through with a small tour of this Michelin star restaurant experience. Here we are. Hello, welcome back once again. And so I'm sure probably you must have had a fantastic experience, probably looking into the ambience of a Michelin star restaurant, the passion for the service, the art of execution, and definitely such beautiful plating all over. Right? So it talks about there are a lot of avenues in the Michelin star restaurant where you will find they are crafted to perfection. It's absolutely crafted to perfection. And that is the Michelin star restaurant I'm talking about. And that is the world-class hospitality which you're talking about. Moving forward, there are many more to come in the food beverage as a whole perspective. What about somebody who would love to become a bartender? Somebody who would love to become a mixologist, right? Somebody who would love to make it big in the bar, right? Somebody who has got really some passion behind the beverages, different kinds of beverages, spirits, would love to make it big in his career. So, having said that, let's take a look. We would like to see what is there in store for us when it comes to molecular mixology. Here we are. Let's have a look.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Sarit Shah. I am a F&B lecturer at Iihm Kolkata. Today, I am going to talk on bartending as a career. So, guys, I must tell you that it is a very lucrative career where you can make quick money. At the end of the day, we are working very hard to put the food on the table, and that is bartending and mixology is one of the areas where we can do it fast, right? And after that, you can always look into the other facets of the industry where you can build up your own institutes, or you can build up your own restaurants and bars where you can utilize your skills and knowledge to make it happening, right? So what is the difference between a bartender and a mixologist, right? So two are two different individuals. Now, when you talk about bartender, he is a person who used to make drinks, or who used to serve drinks, or maybe mixing the drinks. Whereas when we talk about a mixologist, he is the person who used to create cocktails, who used to make different drinks out of many different beverages, alcoholic, non-alcoholic beverages, and he shows his skills to the entire world, right? So there are some advantages and disadvantages of this. So we will talk more on the advantages. Like, for example, when you are being a bartender or a mixologist, you will get an opportunity to show your skills. So you have a showmanship attitude on towards making any drink. You have the opportunity to speak with the guests who are coming to your bar. You are walking behind the bars and you are taking down their orders, their knowing their taste and making the drink as per their wish, right? So you have, so as we all know, once you get into the influence of alcohol, you tend to make friends faster, so you open up easily. So that is again a positive thing. Whatever you are making in front of the guests, right? So they are absolutely very much satisfied of what the product they are getting, the value for money, right? So, and of course, that the flaring you are doing behind the bars, the jugglings what you are doing, so it adds the entertainment value to the profession, right? So these are the few, and of course, money. So as you said, bartenders can make quick money. Of course, if the people are happy with the type of drinks they are getting, they of course they will pay for the drink, as well as they will pay some incentives for the entertaining factor added, right? So this is how you make quick money in the bars. That is one of the very positive aspects. Whereas when you talk about disadvantages, I don't think there is as such disadvantages on this, but maybe when you are doing a firing or a flaring or mixing of alcohols. If someone is there who is allergic to some smoke or anything, they might get offended. So we can always tell that, so ma'am, you can always be at that part of the section where there is non-smoking, and we will cater the drinks to your table. So this is what from the guest point of view, I think there will be a concern. Otherwise, this is absolutely a very, very lucrative and profession where you can have all the skills to show, right? So now we will see what a bartender can make and what a mixologist can make, right? So let's come here. We will make some drinks for you. So we'll first take a martini glass, right? And we'll put some ice cubes in it to get it chilled, and then we will make the drink, correct? So this is called building up of the glass. We put a little bit of soda, so that the surface area of the glass is will get cold, and as you are supposed to serve a drink chilled, so you should feel even after touching the glass. So I'm putting the ice and making the glass filled, and then I will get my ingredients in front of me. So I require a blue curacao liquor. So this is what a bartender makes. It's a alcoholic liquor, and we also get a Sprite, right? So we have a Sprite. I think the glass have been chilled. Now I will throw this ice into this. Of course, we'll put, so this is of mixing the drinks. I will put the Sprite into it and drop this blue curacao liquor. So when you talk about making a drink, so you have the body, you have the garnish, you have the moderator. All these are the parts of making a drink. So now I will be making the garnish. Okay. So this is your blue curacao with a Sprite. Okay. So this is the drink which a bartender will make, and I will make one more drink which a mixologist, which is they will be playing around with the drinks. Now we'll see what we will do in this. So first and foremost, I require a crushed ice. Then I will squeeze lime into it, a freshly squeezed lime. Then a dash of sugar syrup, a strawberry crush, we need to we put some ice cubes. So now I'm making a layering the drink with soda. So there are 3 layers I have formed. So you're going to have the So this is what a bartender can create. This is what a mixologist can create. So thank you so much. And now over to Abhijit sir.
Well, welcome back, all my young aspirants. Wasn't that fascinating? Uh, Feels like probably as if probably I wish I would have been there behind that bar, right? So this is all about creativity. This is all about innovation. This is all about which you like to bring it the best for your customer, right? This is all about where you like to give a lasting experience to the mind of customers, and that is the word we talk about food and beverage, my dear, all my students, ladies and gentlemen. Now, having said that, when you talk about the bartending and a career in bar, let's have a quick look at the world of molecular mixology, right? What it talks about, right? So let's take a small glimpse on that. Here we are. Okay, so welcome back once again. And yes, we have witnessed a couple of these exciting moments. We have seen probably how we can perform behind the bar and we can make a career out of that. We have seen beautiful options in the world of food and beverage in terms of variety of restaurants, right? Okay, so when you talk about the beverages, as we have seen, you're talking about making exciting cocktails and dealing with different brands of single malt spirits, right? Let's have a look and see the other world of beverage. Trust me, it is divinely beautiful. Trust me, you will fall in love with that. I mean, in terms of the intensity that it offers to this industry, right? So, moving forward, we would love to introduce our very near and very fond gentleman and Mr. Bhaskar Sen Gupta. Over to you, sir, to take them through with this world of other beverages, and I'd like you to crack this surprise for the youngsters. Thank you. Over to you, sir.
Good evening. Welcome, viewers. Welcome to the another side of food and beverage. Our world of food and beverage is vast. It's too big. It's too big to choose your path or choose your career within itself. So just now, okay, we are talking about the Michelin star restaurants. We are talking about the options of a bartending, being a mixologist, okay, creating drinks, oozing guests. Now I'll come to a very interesting beverage. Everybody must be knowing. Okay. Now, if I ask all of you, okay, what is this? This is a simple fruit, and we all know this is a bunch of grapes. Now, if I say, will you believe it, that this one fruit is responsible for a whole lot of industry, okay, which has been covering the entire world almost, starting from south to, north to south and east to west. This one grape is creating a huge industry. Yes, I'm talking about the product called wine. As you all know, that's grapes. Either it is going to be a white grape or it's going to be a red grape. These are the fruits which are responsible for creating an alcoholic beverage called wine. And this particular product is itself a whole industry. It is a wine industry, starting from vineyards till vineyards management, starting from harvesting of grapes, starting of manufacturing of wines, starting from bottling plants, starting from marketing, okay, distributorship, starting from coming to the restaurants, suggesting a wine to a guest, pairing food and wine. This particular product it's an industry itself, and a huge scope, okay, for all of you, okay, to have a particular career path in this. Now, I'm talking about a simple drink. Okay, it comes a bottle like this. This is a wine bottle. Okay, now it comes from various countries. Sometimes it's come from, the old countries like, France, Italy, Germany, Spain. But nonetheless, in today's date, there are a lot more countries, which call it a new world countries, are making wines. I'm talking about Australia, New Zealand. I'm talking about India. I'm talking about China. I'm talking about Chile. Okay, almost, every country is trying, okay, to make some kind of wine at it. And India is also not behind. We are making very good quality international standard wines, okay, in our country as well. If you have a chance to visit, the vineyards in Maharashtra, in the belt of Nasik and Pune, or something in close to Bangalore and Chennai, okay, you will find a lot of international standard vineyards. Now, when I'm talking about wine as an industry, okay, what are the options you have? Okay, being part of that industry, what are the career options you have? You can, first of all, you can be a wine educator. You can be a wine blogger. Okay, you can become a sommelier, which is a French term for wine experts or the wine waiter, where in the restaurants, the sommeliers comes and suggest a wine with a particular food to the guest. Okay, a huge lucrative job. Not only that, you can have your own blogs. You can become a travel blogger. Okay, you can, join the wine marketing company. You can become a wine ambassador. So there are huge scope in this particular industry. By saying so, is that in IIHM, International Institute of Hotel Management, we give all the necessary inputs to our students to become successful in this particular industry. Now, what we do, we have a huge syllabus on wines. We teach starting from second years till third years, still specialization students about wines, when various aspects of wines, service of wines, food and wine pairing. Okay, is it only the teaching in classroom? No. What you can see, okay, I'll request Sat to just turn the camera and show it to you. What you can looking at is our wine room. We call it a champagne. Okay, where we actually specially designed room. Okay, which the students comes and do all wine related activity, starting from wine tasting sessions, starting from food and wine pairing, starting from how to serve a wine, how to drink a wine. Everything has been done in this particular specially designed room. We call it a champagne. Apart from theory and the practical classes, what else we do to encourage students to learn about wines? We do something, okay, has been never been done by any hotel management institute in the country. We host educational tour. We call it a European wine tour, where students from all our pan-India campuses have been selected, and with the expert guidance of our wine experts, we take them to various European countries free of cost. Yes, free of cost. The cost has been borne by IIHM itself. Students visit countries like France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Portugal, and experience winemaking real time. They are present in the vineyards to pluck the grapes. They went to the manufacturing unit to see how the wine has been made. They come down to the winery and taste those wines. Okay, so this is what we encourage students, and we are successfully doing that for last 6 years. Okay, and we'll be continuing doing so. Is it that? Is it everybody who doesn't got a chance, okay, for this European wine tour? We organize Indian wine tour for them as well. We take them to the Indian vineyards I just spoken about Nasik, Pune, Bangalore, Goa. Where not? Okay, so there's an exclusive training and exclusive teaching has been gone to our IIM students to make them successful and capable to part of this wine industry. Not only that, we are an approved program provider of Wine and Spirit Education Trust of London. We call it a WSET. In our college, our students are privileged to get this certification courses done, level 1 and level 2, so that when they come for the campuses, they are having an edge from their other competitors and from the other students from the other colleges. We teach WSET courses within our college. So we give them an overall knowledge about wines, theory, practicals, hands-on practicals, wine tasting, food and wine pairing, European wine tour, wine quizzes, Indian wine tour, WSET courses. So the students, when they finish their 3 years, they are champions in wines. So they have become champions in the industry and can make their career into the wine industry. Okay, so this is Bhaskar Sengupta from Iihm Kolkata. I'm the head of the Department of Food and Beverage. Okay, hope to see you soon in the college. Over to Avijit sir. Connection me?
Okay, welcome back. Thank you so much, Mr. Bhaskar Sengupta, and for enriching wine insight. And I'm sure that will really definitely encourage our youngsters to quite an extent. Now, we would like to also tell you about the different perspectives. We have shown you the perspective and career probabilities for restaurants. We have also shown you the career probabilities in bartending in the world of mixology. Now, what about if you are passionate about coffee? What about you would like to probably, unveil yourself to, give that last finish in the world of coffee for people who love to be in such exciting environment? Probably some big brand like Lavazza, talking about Starbucks, talking about barista, right? And the art of coffee making, it is an absolute treat to all, believe me, right? So there is still more to come probably, but yes, over now, we would like to tune you back in the world of coffee and we'd like to have a little brief insight about the art of coffee making and the presentation, right? So I would like to invite my dear colleague, Mr. Devin Mansata, over to you, and let's see what you have got in store for us.
So video चलो.
Okay. In the meanwhile, probably.
Hi, good evening, everybody. Welcome here to IIHM Career Seminar. Myself, Devin Manzata, and I'll take you along to the different beverage industries that we have been discussing today. We discussed so far about being a mixologist, about being a bartender, and also to being a master blender or a sommelier. Now we'll come and enter the world of coffee. Now, can you guess how big is the coffee industry in India? India is considered as third largest coffee producer in Asia, as well as sixth largest producer of coffee in the world. Now, imagine the amount of scope or career opportunities that the students have in this industry. Coffee, again, I mean, as my colleague, Mr. Bhaskar Sen Gupta just mentioned about the wines, for example, it has right starting from the harvesting of the grapes. Similarly, in the coffee as well, we have right again starting from the harvesting of cherries. Yes, mind you, these are coffee cherries which have then processed into coffee beans. Let me just show you the coffee beans that we have here. All right, these are the few coffee beans that are responsible for the coffee industry and a lot of opportunities for hospitality or food and beverage professionals. Now, coffee profession in the coffee industry is let's broadly categorize into two parts. One is the producing of the coffee beans, and the second is the service of coffee in restaurants and at bars or anywhere else and the cafes. Now, the coffee producing sector or the segment, you have scopes like being a master blender, being a trainer of big coffee giants like Starbucks, Cafe Coffee Day. These are now coming up in India, settling up their offices here, and you have scopes of being studying extensively coffee and then training their professionals. There is so that's your coffee producing part. Now, when we come to coffee service, the service or the personnel, the F&B personnel responsible for the service of coffee is known as barista. Now, barista is again a whole lot, is a complete different industry or a complete different world that I would say. They are highly responsible and skilled at making or brewing your coffees. It needs to be perfect. They should be skilled with making different latte arts. Mind you, I'm sure all of you must have visited any of these coffee brands that I've just mentioned, like Starbucks or Cafe Coffee Day or Barista. You would have noticed when you order a cup of cappuccino or a cup of cafe latte, you'll observe a few very pleasant, eye-pleasing patterns on the surface of the coffee, which is made with the help of the steamed milk. So these again are these are the skill set that a barista need to have. Therefore, at IIHM, we train our students with these skills, with these set of skill sets to ensure that they are industry ready and are there to perform at their best. Now, that is all that I wanted to share. However, let me just tell you a quick display of how the Italians drink their coffee. Now, I have Italians, Italy. It's my personal favorite set of cuisine that I prefer. And whenever I go to an Italian restaurant, I always ensure that I have a cup of espresso at the end of the meal. Now let's have a see how the Italians do it, drink their coffee. So you see, on a platter, you are served a short glass with a completely filled with ice chilled water. Now, this helps you to refresh or cleanse your palate before drinking the coffee. This enables you, the water refreshes your palate so that you can get the flavor of the coffee, and the chill or the temperature, the frosting ice cold temperature would help numb your tongue. Now, this numbness would help you to sip on the piping hot coffee without getting your tongue burnt, right? So this is your cup of espresso. And so once you have this, it goes in a sequence. Once you have this as to cleanse your palate, numb your tongue, then you have your sip of coffee, which is piping hot and full of completely flavorful. Now we all know that coffees are a little bitter at the end. It has a very bitter aftertaste, depending upon upon different coffees to coffees. Now once that is done, and then we have a cookie, or in certain establishments they serve a piece of chocolate or a pralines, right? These are to complement the bitter aftertaste of the coffee, so we have something sweet to end with. This, my friends, is the tradition or the culture of serving coffee in Italy. And let's do how they all say, let's do the way the Romans do. All right. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for joining me here. And over to you, Abhijit, sir.
Students, so we actually had a glance in bits and pieces, the world of Salachi, world of different style of restaurants, and of course, the biggest industry ever, probably in the world of beverage, that is wine, the special beverage, what Pastor mentioned, right? Okay, talking about that, of course, I'd like to throw some light. Students who would like to make a career over here at IIHM, and probably they are proud to see a hands-on practical training, probably right from the restaurant management, right from absolutely the bartending skills, the handcrafted practical, right? Having said that, and not to forget, we are having a biggest tour, the biggest culinary tour, or the biggest wine tour, the biggest like educational tour. Sometimes we have it in the ski states, right? So I'm going to give you the best of the experience now. We would like to show you all the trip to the wine tour, and let's see what excitement it has got for all of us, right? Please witness.
For example, or why we have to keep them outside, no problem. So after crushing the grapes, we obtain a still wine, grape juice. We make the fermentation, we obtain a still wine, and then this still wine goes into the tank for 35-40 days, and then we filter and we bottle by a special machine that allows to maintain the pressure. Because in the tank you gain the bubbles, you get the bubbles by the second fermentation. Adding sugars and yeast start another fermentation. The second fermentation produces carbon dioxide. Dario Bisol was his nickname was Yayo, and he was the man that after the two world wars started to make Bisol famous, not only with local people but also out of the region and even in Europe. And he started to start again the production of wine after the two world wars. So we decided to create a proper wine for him. It's a Prosecco Superiore di OCG, produced with the grapes that come from Valdobbiadene and Cornegliano together.
Right now we are at Prosecco vineyard, and we are in the tasting room. As you can see, it's a pretty amazing tasting room with this whole theme going on. And the glasses are absolutely beautiful. You can have a look at them, and the entire theme of this is just wonderful.
Very making Prosecco perfect for occasion like this, just to have a talk, just to appreciate all the characteristics of the Glera grapes, with a very easy drinking wine, very fruity and floral, and that give you an expression of the entire production area of the DOC. So it's like the perfect way to enter in the world of the Prosecco, with a good DOC obtained with grapes from the province of Treviso, even from the anyway quite steep vineyard, even in the province of Treviso, not only from the Llano Valdobbiadene. Is a brut, or it's sorry, this one is the extra dry, so with the 15 grams. In Italy. So it's not Prosecco, it's a sparkling wine made with Pinot and Chardonnay, so it's a blend of local grapes cultivated in this area. And it's different from Prosecco because, first of all, the grapes, and then it's aged for a longer period in the bottle. So the second fermentation is made in the bottle and not in the tank. This leads to have a wine with more complexity, more so pastry taste, pastry aroma, it's of bread, for example, completely different from Prosecco. Since 2016, we are part of the Lunelli Group, famous for owning Ferrari in Trento as a brand and as a famous winery producing Trento DOC traditional metal wine made with the Chardonnay and Pinot.
It's a bit different.
Campus, and we are here at Bissell Prosecco Vineyards. So as you see, we have experienced the oldest cellar of this from 1875. They have all the vintage collection. So here are the barrels where the Prosecco are matured, and these are always used as the old barrels, which is also the water fermentation is used here. And we have gone and taste some great wine, Prosecco wines, and you can see here the old machineries which are used in the past. From 1875, they have also preserved it.
Very good. So that's all what probably we had today to showcase, and believe me, that is absolutely, wasn't it learning with fun, learning with passion, learning with grace? If that is what about, we talk about learning with experience, and that is what IHM is offering, right? So till such time we meet again, I hope you all have enjoyed, and thank you so much for being so patient with us. And I thank all my dear colleagues, Mr. Karan, Mr. Bhaskar Sengupta, Ms. Smita, and also Mr. Devin and Mr. Sarik for taking your valuable time out. And till next time, we'll catch you again. All the best. Good luck. Bye-bye. Enjoy your week.